Okay, class, in this lesson, I'm going to show you how to graph an equation of a line using slope-intercept form. Before we do that, let's review what the equation of a slope-intercept form looks like and its components. So the line in slope-intercept form would look like this. Y equals mx plus b, where m equals your slope, and that's equal to rise over run, and then your b is equal to your y-intercept. Okay, so let's use an actual equation as an example so that you have some context here. So let's suppose we have an equation y is equal to 2x plus 2. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is to identify the slope and the y-intercept from this equation. So if we take a look at our equation right here, this number or coefficient next to the x is our slope. So we will label our slope as equal to 2. And then this other 2, which is not a coefficient of anything, it's just either an integer or a rational number by itself, we call that our y-intercept. So we'll label that as b is equal to 2. Okay. Now, going back to the slope-intercept, we know that it is rise over run. Okay. Since our slope is 2, we know that we're going to need to rise 2 and run 1 space. Okay. So let's go ahead and graph this. I'm going to draw our x-axis. And then we're going to draw our y-axis. Okay, and then we're going to label our markers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in this direction also. Okay, now what you want to look for, or what you want to start with, is the y-intercept. Okay, our y-intercept is 2. That means that that is where the line crosses this y-axis at 2, right here. Okay, the number 2, this is where the line crosses the y-axis. So we're going to put a dot there. Okay, so now we know that our slope is 2 over 1, which means we're going to rise 2 and run to the right 1. So we're going to start at our y-intercept, and we're going to go up 2, 1, 2, and then we're going to go over to the right 1, and we put a dot there. Okay. Then we're going to go up 2 again. I like to plot 3 points before I draw a straight line. So I'm going to go up 2 again, 1, 2, and I'm going to go to the right 1. Okay, and I'll put a dot there. Then we graph our line, and there's our line. Okay, now you notice that our slope here was a positive 2. Okay, notice the behavior of the line. When we go from left to right, okay, left to right, the slope of the line increases. Okay. Going from left to right on the x-axis, the slope increases. That is considered a positive slope. Okay? A negative slope will behave differently. When you go from left to right, the slope will actually go down. Okay? It'll go down as you go from left to right, the slope will go down. That is a negative slope. So when you draw your slope, in this case, we did our rise over run. So we went up 2, and then we went to the right 1. Okay, that is a positive slope. Up 2 to the right 1. If it were a negative 2, we would go up 2 and then go to the left 1. Okay? By going to the left, we create a slope that's in this direction. So again, going from left to right, it's going down. Left to right, slope goes down. Left to right, slope going up is a positive slope. Left to right, going down is a negative slope. Okay? Let's use another example and I'll show you what it looks like when it's a negative slope. So let's suppose we've got this y, okay, equals negative 3x plus 1. Okay, so let's identify our slope. The coefficient next to the x is our slope. So we're going to label our slope m is equal to negative 3, which is the same thing as negative 3 over 1 because we want to do our rise over run. Okay, this number is our y-intercept, so we're going to label that as our b, and our b is equal to 1. So that y-intercept is where the line crosses the y-axis. Okay, so let's go ahead and draw our x-axis. So this is our x-axis, and then our y-axis. Okay, now we always start with our y-intercept, right? And our y-intercept is 1. So we're going to draw a point at 1. Oh, and let me go ahead and label these first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we're going to draw a point at 1, okay, because that's our y-intercept. So we're going to put a dot there. Now our slope is a negative slope. So now we're going to rise 3, okay, 1, 2, 3, but we're going to go to the left this time, 1 space. So that puts us right here. So we'll put a dot right there. Okay, now you can also do the opposite and still have a negative slope, meaning I can go down 3, 1, 2, 3, but instead of going to the left, we're going to go to the right. So that puts us right here. So we put a dot there. And then we connect the dots, and there's our line. Okay, now notice, when we go from left to right, we're going down, right? Left to right, we're going down. That's a negative slope. Okay, so let's review positive slope and negative slope, but I'm also going to introduce to you 2 other types of slopes. So in this first line here, we have going from left to right is going up, right? Going from left to right is going up. So this would be considered a positive slope. Okay, positive slope or positive numbers. Then we have on the right a negative slope. Okay, because if we go from left to right, we're going down. Left to right, we're going down. So this is a negative slope. Okay. We also have another type of slope. So this blue line, which is horizontal and exactly parallel to the x-axis, this is called a zero slope, or where slope, zero slope, or slope is equal to 0. Okay, and then the last one, where the line is parallel to the y-axis or exactly vertical, this slope is called undefined. Undefined. Okay, so again, going from left to right, if we're going up, that's a positive slope. If going from left to right, we're going down, that's a negative slope. When it's horizontal, slope is equal to 0, and when the slope, when the line is perfectly vertical, going up and down, the slope is undefined. If any of this was not clear, please go back to the beginning of the recording and review again. Thank you.